Oh, dude, this was like a great clip.
Oh,
It's only up.
No,
That's right.
What?
Such a good clip, man. Such a good clip. Because that was not supposed to happen at all.
What just happened?
no way. I've
Yeah,
never
like-
seen that before.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has.
Was that supposed to happen?
It was it was so weird to see this because I was expecting a full fall all the way to the
No,
bottom.
What?
Oh yeah, it was good.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to a very special episode 40 of Mustache Ride. I'm one of your hosts, Sherman Cool, along with my amazing co-host, The Dirty Tooth, as usual. Never it changes. You know the drill. How you
Not
doing, Tooth?
typically. I'm doing pretty good. We are
Yeah.
rocking. We are right on time tonight. Everything feeling good. We're prepared. It's crazy. Everything's crazy
feels-
right now.
It feels good being on time. It's kind of novel.
I'm like energized. I'm like ready to go. I
Yeah.
ripped one of my monitors off the stand earlier and threw it because I was hyped.
Are you one monitor down right now?
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that later. I don't know what to do about that, but
Oh, you could fix it.
yeah, I think so.
The Dirty Tooth is a tinkerer.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm gonna tinker later. I'm gonna
Okay, good.
tinker all over it.
Well, you know who else is on time tonight?
Who?
All the wonderful people in our live chat, because we
True,
record this show
true.
live twice a month, every month, for your viewing pleasure. And then, of course, it goes up on YouTube later. So hopefully you guys can check that out. But tonight is a special episode. It's episode 40. As you know, every 10 episodes, we typically try to have a guest. And tonight we have an amazing guest, CaptainClutch64. YouTube.com/@CaptainClutch60_64.
You don't forget the. You don't.
Otherwise known as the Captain's Guide.
Oh yeah.
I found when I looked you up, I found it came up easier as the Captain's Guide, which I think is a dope name.
We're in the middle of changing some of that up, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
It's not done. It's not done.
Well, tell the people who you are, and I already kind of told them where they can find you, but any other places where they can find you. Tell the people who you are, and yeah.
Mainly YouTube. My name is Captain Clutch. That was a perfect introduction. Thank you guys so much. My name is Captain Clutch. My YouTube channel, as he said, I usually post videos to help streamers out, and then I also have mainly live streams right now posted up there for people to see. Yeah, I'm just a casual, everyday type of guy streamer, looking to make it in the streaming world.
My kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, I know we have a lot to do tonight. We have a lot to talk about. We have some fun stuff on the docket. But first, I think we're going to get into a quick little segment that I like to call, that Tooth and I like to call, Clip from the Hip. This is where we fire a couple clips out from the hip without aiming. And we just see where it hits. You know what I mean? So if you
Wild
look...
West style.
Yeah, in Discord, Tooth just shared a stream, so you can check out what we're showing. And we're going to show in just a moment on the stream.
Okay.
Oh, right now on the stream,
yeah,
a little
right now.
clip. Yeah, a little clip for you. So we went into your past. We kind of looked around a little bit, sleuthed, and found some clips. And we just wanted to show some stuff and give you a chance to explain yourself. That's all. Maybe, explain yourself.
Digging in my past, man.
Just a little bit.
I wanna
So
knock off the cobwebs, man.
yeah,
I'm
it's been a while.
has-been.
I mean, I know I have videos or shorts or things that I put out so long ago that I mean, I would have to dig deep to tell you a story about them. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see if you have the same trouble. But yeah,
Yeah.
Tooth
We
dug
definitely
up
didn't
some gold
s-
for
We
us.
definitely didn't scroll all the way to the bottom. We didn't do that. But
There's a
All
lot
right.
of them, dude.
we'll play the first one. It's called "What Was That?"
Fat man. Okay. I like them big. I like them chunky. Having like two fat men. That sounds terrible, but the Fallout 4 guns side by side. Having dual.
It's a little out of context. Huh?
just a little. Just a little.
Do you remember what was going on there, or how that came about, or is that just some random time that you could not?
Man, my clips are pretty random, and I couldn't tell you. Ocean, So I have two mods, Wind and Ocean. Their names, I didn't like look for these people named
That's
Ocean and
awesome.
Wind, but that's their names. Um, but no, Ocean sometimes will take some clips and just randomly clip things, man. So I can't really tell you the context of that, but yeah,
It's,
it just happens like that. You know, clips kind of get out of hand. So,
Oh yeah.
oh
yeah.
yeah.
We
What do
like
you
to
think
find
about
the
that clip too? Tooth?
we like to find the out of hand ones. And I was like, when I was scrolling through, I was trying to find the best one, and I was like, dual wielding the fat guys. I like that. I like that
Wielding the fat guys.
concept. I like the
Yeah.
concept
Cool.
of it's a fun one.
Yeah.
I like the out
Half
of context clips. That I feel like they're always the best ones.
half of my clips that I have, man, like I've seen some of my old clips. I don't even remember like saying half the crap that I do, dude. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't remember half of it.
But that's the thing with streaming. It's live streaming. It's live. It's not like you're thinking or have a script for everything you're saying. You're just
No.
you. So it's
Mhm.
like you don't think about everything you do all the time, but other people see it and they're like, "That's a
Oh yeah,
clippable moment." And
it's
so
great.
that's funny. That's so clip from the hip. That's a little segment. It's gonna be a
Okay.
recurring segment throughout the show. We're gonna come back to it a couple times, but moving forward, we're gonna talk about what
Mhm.
we've been up to, what we've been gaming, what we've been playing, what we've been doing outside of stream, inside of stream, whatever you're comfortable sharing. And
Mhm.
but we're gonna start with Tooth on this one. I want to hear what this guy's been up to the last couple weeks in between episodes.
Yeah, so I beat Skyrim. And I want to
Mm,
put like quotation marks around it because somebody clearly came into chat and told me that I did not collect every cheese wheel,
right.
which I didn't know was a thing, but I guess I got to go back, collect every cheese wheel, like
Kind of
do
a
all
big
the
deal.
kind of a big deal, but I did
Mhm.
fight Alduin, which is a spoilers for anybody that's never played Skyrim, but that's a giant dragon, and I fought him and I killed him, and he's dead, and I beat the whole thing as a Khajiit, which I think is the second hated race in the entire universe of Skyrim. And
Dude,
I
What's number one?
the lizard people, I think.
Argonians are number one most hated.
I think so. I feel like everybody
I didn't know that.
hates the lizards.
Dude, I played Skyrim a while back as Khajiit as well. I didn't
Yeah,
beat it, but yeah. Everyone was like,
yeah.
"Bro, you're playing it on easy mode,"
That
So
that's what everybody
I don't
like
know.
I had like a bunch of random people come in during like my streams because it took a long time, right? And
Mhm.
they would always be like, "What mods are you playing on?" And I'd be like, playing vanilla," and they'd be like, "Okay, see you later." And I'd be like,
Mm.
"Geez, like, is this like? I know this is a 27-year-old game, but come on, like, can't I play it vanilla for the first time?" Um, but it was fun. It was a blast. It was sort of unexpected. It's not like a typical game that I would play because it's like super grindy. Like you got to do all these side quests. You're not high enough level. You go into this cave, you get eaten by a troll, get eaten by a dragon, a frost dragon, a fire dragon, a freaking crazy old dragon. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff in there. I did spend 3 streams fishing. I don't feel bad about that. But it was kind of interesting to try to catch a goldfish in the wild. We did talk about that on the stream. It was kind of nuts. Um, but it was a lot of fun. I beat it, which is good. And we'll be moving on to Fable next. Fable 1, the original one.
Nice.
And we're going to be doing a full playthrough of that. I've never played it before, so we'll see. We'll see how that one goes.
That's
Nice.
exciting.
Best
Yeah.
of luck, man.
Thanks. I loaded up Apex for the first time in a while, updated it, loaded it up. They took
Sweaty.
arenas out, which is arguably the best mode in the game. They took it out. Now it's like gun game, a rotation of gun game, team deathmatch, and control point. And all of them are so sweaty. I mean, like
Yeah.
sweat. Like I gotta wear a freaking sweatband around my head to even be in the same
Oh
lobby
yeah.
as some of these people. It's so crazy. Everybody's so good. I don't
Isn't it
understand.
crazy how games like that have changed so much in the
Yeah.
past few years?
I feel
It's
like
weird,
I
man.
feel I'm maybe it's just like me thinking back to the Halo 2 days, and arguably I did have a significant amount of more time to play the games back then.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if the
So,
time, if that's it or not. If we just
yeah.
lost our ways, or all the new generations just that much better, man.
Yeah, I
I
feel
think
like
know?
that
I don't know.
I agree. Like I feel like they pick up a controller
Weird.
and they're like, this game is now my game. I am so good at it. I'm done with Fortnite.
They're just
I'm moving
playing
on
with
to this
one hand over there.
Yeah.
I think
They're
I
drinking a
think it's
latte
it.
in the other.
Yeah, or boba tea or something. I don't know, whatever
Yeah.
Zoomers, But
Boba
I
tea.
just, I just think mostly that it's like when we grew up, we were born into like the dawn of the internet kind of thing, right? I think I can say that, speak for all of us, all three of us, and so, but video games, like we're in the golden age right now. It might not feel like it day to day, but video games have never been more accessible, never been easier to get into, and kids that are don't have anything to do, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can access a game. And I mean, with more access, more chances of god gamers being born, it's
So
just the
true.
age of video games. And so I think we're just
True.
we were born barely too early to become one of these goat gamers.
So
I mean,
sad,
I'm a
man.
goat gamer in my own way, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I am the GOAT of all the gamers, but one day maybe I'll get a kill in Apex. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yesterday I tried a VR stream for the first time, and I
How'd that
played.
go?
It was tough. It was real tough. I tried to play one game, it glitched out and it didn't work, and I couldn't get through the second room that I was in because I couldn't pick up the crowbar. It was like glitched into the wall, and I was like, give me
What
this
game?
crowbar. It was called A Chair in a Room, or A Chair in a Green Room. You're like, you play as this like mental hospital patient, and you're like trying to like backtrack your way through your life to figure out why you're in there. I didn't get too far into it. People were jump scaring me. It was terrifying. I didn't like that. So I switched to Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a terrible VR game. It's really bad. I think something about the frame rate, something about the movement is I thought I was going to throw up. So I ended up like playing one extra game, like not in VR, but then I had to take a break and go back. And I don't know, VR is tough. I got to work through it. I have like motion sickness. I think it's just like my movement and the game movement is just not in sync, and I just get kind of dizzy playing it. And it was tough, like it kept freezing my camera. I feel like there's a whole nother layer of like things to worry about when you do a VR stream. But I'm gonna try to do it again because I want to do some very spooky games for Halloween and October season, so excited about that. Yeah, but
my favorite season's coming up.
the spooky season's good. The spooky season's
Oh
good.
yeah.
All right, that's what I did. I did all of that and so much more. I finished a video today. I gotta like edit out the rest of it, but I'm starting a new series on YouTube that I'm hoping to kick off and post this weekend. Fingers
I've
crossed.
been so lazy with editing. I've been so lazy with it.
Oh, I wish I could
It's
just
easy to
hire.
put off.
I wish I could hire an editor, a filmer, a ghost a stunt double for myself so they could record videos for me.
All I want to do is stream and have thousands of people, right?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
That's
Don't we
Oh,
all just
yeah.
wanna do
yeah,
that?
yeah. That's the goal. I think
Yeah.
you've had a couple thousand people in your streams lately, right? Jermaine
Me?
Cool, or
Oh, I was gonna say,
or
yeah, right.
or a couple thousand games that you've been playing, or did you find a
Who,
couple thousand
me?
cats?
Slowly, apparently. Yeah. Okay. So what I've been doing the past couple weeks, gaming wise, I've been playing Armored Core 6. Amazing game. I'm almost done with it, not quite. It's so good. I played a couple old Armored Core games. I've really been looking forward to this, and I've just been devouring it, eating it up. I'm really, really happy with it.
I haven't heard of that game before.
It's
No?
like your typical robot game with guns and shooting other robots.
Nothing typical about it, in my opinion. It's just From Software's take on another type of game, and their DNA is in it. You can smell it, but it's something different than typical From Software these days. And so, bringing back an old franchise, Armored Core, yeah, it's mech fighting. So if you played maybe Titanfall 2 and you remember like the mech combat from that, it's reminiscent of that, but it's definitely its own thing. Really
cool.
good.
The
Yeah,
movement
it's
looks
sick.
really good in the game. Like everything looks
Yeah.
like smooth. Like normally when I think about a mech game, it's like real clunky feeling, but I feel like
Yeah.
Armored Core, everything like blends together in a very smooth way.
Yeah,
I
it
gotta say Titanfall is probably the last game like that I've played.
Yeah,
with
and
any kind
that
of,
one's
like,
just
mech.
a banger, a classic. So
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
But yeah, it's been really good. I have a couple gripes with it. There's a lot of VFX going on, so a lot of explosions and laser explosions and
Mhm.
just crap in your face all the time. Your mech itself, depending on your build, takes up about 35-40% of the screen. And so at any given moment, there's a quadrant of the screen that is like not visible, which is a little, it gets old, but I wish I could zoom out the camera
Yeah.
a little bit, but I'm sure that would mess with how the game performs. But Armored Core 6, very good overall. Also, Cats Hidden in Paris. This is what you were talking about, Tooth.
I was.
So I saw it on Steam. It just came up on my front page or something. I don't know, but it's called Cats Hidden in Paris. It's adorable. It's just free on Steam right now. It's one screen, hand drawn little picture of Paris, and within all the hand drawn black and white lines and architecture of the buildings and windows and things like that, you'll see a cat, a little cat here and there. And so you're meant it's a hidden object game. You're meant to click on all the cats and find them all. There's 100 cats, and what I didn't realize is it was a competition. Apparently, I found this game and I was like, "Hey guys, I spent 50 minutes playing this game. Not even an hour. I found all the cats under an hour, and I was just cruising. But I
Yeah.
wanted my wife to play it,
Mhm.
and I told her I was like, "There's no way you're beating my time, 50 minutes." And that's like she's a gamer. She games, and so when she downloaded it, she was like, "Oh, 15 minutes, no problem." And I was like, dang, make me feel bad. I was like, it's not a competition. Sheesh.
Mm-mm-mm.
Even though I
You made
presented
it a
it as one.
competition.
I
Oh yeah.
did. Yeah. I
You
made
did.
it that bed
You
and I
definitely
slept in
said
it.
you definitely said it, and then Zubat came into chat and was like, "I beat it in 15 minutes," and I was like, "All right, I know my time." Then I was so close to that screen. 12 and a half minutes is how long it took, and I've never sweated at a game so hard in my
Yeah.
life to beat a time. But I put it up
Mm-mm-mm.
on speedrunning.com. Actually, I'm #1 right now, so
Wow. That's
we'll see.
impressive.
Wow. Guess I'm gonna have to
So
go in and change that, man.
it's free. That's what I'm saying. You could, and
Yeah.
why not make it a
Nah,
competition? Even if it makes me feel bad. I'm sure you can beat 12 and a half minutes, let alone 50, you
nah.
know?
I'm not
So
as good as I used to be at games,
yeah.
man.
I
Well,
I'll let Tooth have it, man.
I know one day Summoning Soul is going to make a video about me, and it's going to be
Mhm.
chasing Tooth in Cats in Paris. I know it is. I'm excited about that moment in
But
20
then
years.
Tooth had this run. The music kicks in. No, but I definitely think it's a fun game. It brought me back to my childhood of like, lurking through the highlights magazines with my mom, the hidden object games in there. So it was nice. The music, the song that it has in there is really cute. Every time you click on a cat, there's a little meow, and it just made me smile. So I
Gotta
wanted to
love
talk about
cats,
it.
right?
Yeah, I love it. Cute little thing. And there's also cats hidden in Italy for $1. And apparently there's like 3 or 4 different screens where you can find cats on them. So if you're into
Mm.
that, yeah, the rabbit hole goes deeper. Last thing, Heartwood Online. It's a Tooth's new obsession. I just shared it with him. It's an early access MMO, like baby's first RuneScape. Baby's first RuneScape.
Wow.
It's really cute. Early access. It's free. It's free on Steam and it's free on mobile. And there's cross-platform play or cross-play between the two, so you can really kind of grind. And it is a grindy game. So basically, you can choose between 4 different classes. There's one guy that gives you a quest, and then as you complete it, he gives you another quest. And it's very basic right now, which is why I say it's baby's first RuneScape. But it's really cute. Good pixel art. The music, the song that they have in it is cute, and there's a lot of people playing it. Surprising amount of people playing it right now for what it is. And so, yeah,
Hmm.
what do you think about it, Tooth? I know I got you into it like
I
last
haven't heard of this.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah, Heartwood Online.
so I built my first ever computer to play Diablo 2 when it came out.
Mhm.
And so I've been like I used to love that type of game. Like before I got into like FPS games, like that's the kind of game that I would really enjoy because I could play it. I didn't have internet, so it was like I could like grind through it, you know what I mean? And then I got
Mhm.
internet and Xbox Live and Halo 2 and it just sort of ended there. Um
Yeah.
But I feel like every
Hoorah.
time I get into one of those games, I get in there and I'm just like clicking. I'm like grinding through, like I'm killing.
Drooling.
I'm killing 500 rabbits in a row, and I've been
Must
playing.
succeed.
Must
Mom, more hot
grind.
pockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it feels like, and I'm like, why did I download this game? Why did I play this game? But it's
Yeah.
fun. It's just fun to have that feeling of like grinding to like the next thing. Like I don't like I feel like I watch your streams sometimes, Captain, and you're like trying to build this thing, and you're just like so highly focused in on it, and
Dude,
that's what it
I'm
feels like
guilty of that.
when I buy that when I played that game. I was just like zoned in, and I'm like, why am I
That's why
doing
for
this
the
right
longest
now?
that's why I got away from FPS for a while, man, on Twitch, because I would just like I would zone in and be like, I gotta drop the 20 bomb. You know, I'm like searching for those people, man. And I got really good, but then, obviously FPS, it's like one of the hardest genres to grow on, because there's so many people playing it, right? But it's like, yeah, I was so focused in, man. So like adventure building, crafting, I can kind of build, die, and it's like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
I
just
feel like
different now on YouTube, but
yeah, it's a tough thing to just get like focused in, but Heartwood Online is a game that you
Yeah.
can get focused in on, and I would give it a 10 out of 10 for a free game, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Free.
Especially because it's cross progression. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you get it on your phone yet?
No, I didn't yet. I'm
No,
scared.
you should. No, you're scared? Oh, okay. I don't blame you
Should
there.
I? Should I though?
It's only been out a few weeks, and so there's still pretty big updates on their way. The map is real small right now. It just feels like a really tight, like you walk into a little hole in the wall restaurant, and they know your order. It's like I see people around the different servers that I've seen before. Like I continuously see people, and then they have different tiers that you can like give them money. So you can give them money if you want. You can get stuff in return. They have mounts already and little cosmetics here and there. So they have ways that they can make money. But mostly it's a free game right now, and it seems pretty genuine. It's cool. Heartwood Online, highly recommend it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. Well, you might want to play Heartwood Online, Captain Clutch, but I want to know what you've been playing or what you just what you've been doing in general. I know you've been saying you've been busy.
I have been very busy. Lately I've been doing a lot of business stuff, so I don't really have time outside of my stream schedule. I only stream 3 days a week. But on stream I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm
Ooh.
playing the storyline all the way through it. And I've got to say, at first, playing as a outlaw and all that sort of thing, I was like, you know what? This is gonna be a fun game, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it all the way through because I'm guilty of not playing games all the way through. I'm guilty of just playing a game for like 2 weeks and then switching to a new game or another game because I have gamer ADHD so bad.
Same.
Yeah. So, anyways, I've decided to really stick to my guns because the story is just so good that
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this game, and it's been great so far. I
Nice.
dare to say it's probably one of the best games that I've ever played.
It grew on me as well. It took me a while. I was falling asleep while playing it and all that, but I was gonna give up, and my wife convinced me, and one other friend convinced me, like, keep going. It's worth
Oh
it.
yeah, it's
And
great.
so I reiterate that to you. It's worth it if you keep going because it's
Yeah.
so good.
I'm barely on chapter 5 with Arthur Morgan, and I have no idea. Like I've heard a few little things, but everything has been a shock so far. So I'm
Nice.
really excited to kind of see it through. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's cool.
I've never played Red Dead, but I've heard the same thing. Like it's sort of like
phenomenal.
feels like game of the year every year. It's just like that's how the feeling like when you're playing it. And I don't know, I've been watching some of your streams like when you play it, and I'm just like, man, like the storyline of like the arc of some of these characters seems like it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's not the typical game that, you've seen me play Valheim and Ark and all sorts of other games, but this game has a lot of cutscenes and like almost cinematic feel to it. And I like that, but it's kind of an adjustment with streaming because I'm used to just, filling in the void with conversation. I can talk all day long. I can keep things rolling. But with those games, you really don't have to do that as much because you want your audience to be able to see the cutscenes and have the storyline kind of grow on your audience as well. So I kind of it's different because I get to kind of sit back and experience that, which is pretty cool. So
I have
It's a pretty slow-paced game anyway.
I have
Yeah,
a bad
just
tendency to
chilling.
talk through cutscenes, and I've been
Yeah.
so bad at it. And like most of the time, I'll talk through a tutorial or something because I feel like I classify myself as a just chatting streamer, and I just happen to be playing a game. And then like all of a sudden, like I'm walking, and I'm like, what am I even doing? Like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I going right now? And so I feel like I'm scared of games like Red Dead because they are so cinematic, and it's so necessary to sort of like know your character's arc and the story and like where you're going. And so, but it looks great. I'm loving watching
It's
you play
fun.
it so far.
It's fun. I am enjoying every bit of it. And for some reason, which I'm not like huge into westerns or anything like that, but after playing this game, it's made me want to go and watch different westerns for some reason. I don't know. I'm on a western kick right now. I freaking love it, man. So
Nice.
it's good. It's good. Tombstone, all that sort of thing.
310 to Yuma.
310
Gotta
to
be
you.
one of
That's Christian Bale. Yeah,
That's one of my favorite westerns right there. More modern westerns though, but yeah,
Mhm.
good movie.
Very good.
What's your favorite western, Tooth?
My favorite western,
Yeah, right now, top of the head.
top of the right off the top of the cuff, like I
Yeah, your
pull it
favorite
out,
western movie.
my favorite western movie that I'm
Favorite
supposed to be naming right now. I don't know if this town's big enough for all of our western opinions. I don't know. Actually, I think I've seen
Say Rango, man.
Say Star Wars.
I've seen Star Wars. Yeah, I've seen that. That's a good western
you go.
movie. That's a good
Space
That's a
western.
good space
Oh, yeah,
western.
definitely.
I've seen. I'm like blanking on the name of it. I can't even remember what it is. But they made like there was an older one, and they remade like a new one. I guess it's like every western too.
True Grit.
Probably.
True Grit. Yeah, I saw True Grit.
Dang, nailed it. Wow.
Yeah, you crushed it. Yeah, you're
The old
on the same
thonker, man.
wavelength. God.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
from Texas. I gotta know westerns, man.
Oh,
That's true.
fair enough.
I'm not from Texas, and so I know my granddad used to watch all sorts of westerns, but I never really got into that thing. So
Yeah.
but True Grit was good. It's a good movie.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
know this town ain't big enough for the two of us, but I don't know where that's from. So
Probably some Clint Eastwood thing, right?
yeah. That's it.
Probably.
Was there anything else, Captain Clutch, you've been up to? Or you just been kind of grinding Red Dead and doing businessy stuff?
Yeah, just doing some businessy stuff, hanging out with family, and yeah, business takes up a lot of my time lately. And once I'm kind of creating something right now that hopefully in the next month or two should be, or probably less, should be extremely fruitful for me and my family. So I'm really excited to kind of get it going and get the engine going with that. So
Yeah.
once that's going, then I can kind of get back to really grinding on streaming and focusing on what I like to do on my off time. So
Nice.
because I've
I
been
love
doing
that.
this for like 2 years, so like
Yeah.
no job, just business streaming. That's it. So I want to continue that for a long amount of time. So
2 years is a good run.
it's a good run, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
It's
we
a
are
hard
going to get
choice,
into
but-
we're going to get into some more questions here in a second, but
Okay.
before we do, I was thinking we could go into our second phase of Clip from the Hip.
Yeah.
Tooth has another one here for us, and we're going to check out a little clip, a little ditty from Captain Clutch's past.
Little
Little
Captain
ditty,
Diddy.
huh? Little
Be
ditty.
an opener for somebody.
Old ditty.
I got a.
Oh,
I
good
got a-
God. It's me
Oh,
playing
back
guitar.
to school, back to school. I hope I don't look like a fool. Oh, back to school.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, here we go, guys. I could be an opener for somebody.
Oh, that wasn't the song?
That's not the whole thing. That's the Diddy. That's the good
ditty.
That's the good Diddy.
Yeah, I've played music so much for my stream, I get off a lot. So my singing voice ain't the best, man.
I thought that was pretty good. Like I
Appreciate
wouldn't. I guess when I listen to someone start singing,
it.
I don't have my expectations go down because the average person is not good at singing. And then as soon as I hear them, that's where you gauge. But like, I wouldn't expect anything from you, and that was like, that was solid for just like a little off the cuff thing. That was fun.
You know, it's really strange to play music for on stream and stuff because there's times where in Twitch chat, like Tooth, you've seen where I've got like a lot of people, like more than I expect, to come into my stream, and then I'm not nervous at all. Like I'm just playing, having fun, cool, whatever, not thinking about numbers or anything like that, just enjoying myself. But then there's times where I'll have a lot less than I expected, and I don't know why, but I just have like so much anxiety and I get nervous, and then I'm singing and I'm trying to remember the words, and it's just fumble it, man. I
I
don't know. It's just weird to me.
I think some of
Yeah,
my favorite parts is where you start playing a song and it's so similar in melody that you'll start singing another song in it. And it's
Yeah.
like, and you don't mean to, and you're like, oh, I messed up, but it's so smooth. Like the transition's so
Mm.
smooth. It's like one of those like really nice like Nashville artists that just like rolls through their whole set, just like playing the same
It probably
nonstop.
doesn't
So
help either because I only know like 15 songs, and they're all like based in the same chords. So,
that's
it
that's
kind of
14 more
starts
than
sounding
me.
the same.
That's
Oh,
14
yeah.
more than me. So
And the
appreciate it,
layperson
man.
doesn't know chords, so I feel like you just the different variations of the same chords, and
yeah.
you'd trick me, that's for sure. But
You
I feel
know,
like
yeah,
if I was just gonna say, I feel like music or like getting into that flow state is like dreaming. Like once you think
it
about
is.
like, wait, is this a dream? Boom, you wake up, right? And so it's like once you're like on, you think about the song too much, or you think about
Hmm.
something differently than you normally would out of that flow state, and it just crumbles like a house of cards.
Yeah,
I've definitely
absolutely.
had that
Chords are
feeling.
tough
Yeah,
sometimes too. Like you
it's
don't know whether
nice.
you need the HDMI or the USB-C, or it's tough sometimes. You don't know, and then you get all messed up, jumbled.
USB-C,
Oh yeah.
USB-A,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
USB-B,
SBC, all yeah.
SMC.
SMC. Yeah. I will say I really enjoy that you take the time and you had the channel redeem for like play a song, and it was a really cool like sort of thing. Like I like that clip. I think was from, I don't think you had done like a full like stand up like music stream
That
up
was the
until
first
then.
time, man.
So
Yeah,
that
first
was
time I
really
did that.
cool. Yeah.
It's different standing. I know this. It's like a little thing, but like standing up back there playing guitar is completely different than sitting here and playing guitar. I don't know why. It's just different. The nerves are more real standing
Sure.
up and
Feels
It's a
having
like,
like my
performance.
microphone. Yeah,
yeah, it's
dude.
a whole
Yeah.
stage. It's
You know,
everything.
it's not bad though. It's fun. I actually grew up, in a church playing a lot of music when I was younger. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, which I don't remember hardly any of it, but you know, kind of graduating to kind of some country music and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's clearly influenced you today.
Yeah.
So whether or not you can remember, I've always wanted to learn an instrument, but I just never have. I think the closest I've gotten was the recorder in elementary school and a
Solid
jaw harp.
starter.
Solid instrument, man.
I owned a jaw harp in high school because I was a big, huge nerd.
Okay.
I feel like that's uh, it's kind of like a triangle. Like there's not much to it, right?
Mhm.
You're just kind of playing it.
I can say that I've never played that before.
A jaw
I can
harp?
play ukulele, drums, sing, and play guitar, and that's pretty much what I can do.
They sound
And
really silly.
and I play them like I don't play guitar like amazing or anything. I play it just kind of decently, so enough to play the basic, four chord songs. Nothing fantastic.
Cool though.
I learned to play the
Yeah.
violin when I was little.
Dude, I
I
love the violin.
I played the violin for like almost a year before I quit because they wouldn't let me keep going because I couldn't read sheet music. And I was like, well, I could play the song. So like, does it matter that I can't read it? And I wasn't good at pretending like I could read it. So that's like a whole thing. And then I can play almost every chord on a guitar, but I don't really know songs like very well. But I know I had
Yeah.
like my grandpa got me this poster one time and it had every chord on a guitar on it. And I sat there
Yeah.
and he used to build guitars, and so I would practice like playing those chords. And when I learned all
Mhm.
the chords, I was like, all right, now what do I do? And it was like, now I got to play them all real fast in a song, and it just was sort
Yeah.
of a disconnect. I was like, maybe
Heck
not.
yeah.
So
When I was first playing guitar, I didn't really know like a whole lot of chords. And when we first moved into like this neighborhood and stuff. I had a neighbor who I was walking outside one day and I heard him just jamming, like just playing some blues, man, just rocking out. And I loved it. I was so into music at that time. I'm not really into it. I'm not as passionate as I used to be, but anyways, I heard him playing. I went over there and I was like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you. My name's Captain Clutch, and
Yeah.
I gotta learn. I gotta learn what you're playing, man." He was like, "Okay." So, well, show me what you know. And he just handed me his guitar, and I was like, "Oh well, dun dun," just playing like super basic stuff. I didn't know anything. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
open hand strumming on the strings. And he was like, "Okay, I'll be right back." And he goes into his house and then comes back out with like a book. He's like, "Read this book all the way through and practice it. Don't come back to me until you've actually read it, and then come back." So I did that. I did that for like a week or two, and then I came back, and then he slowly but surely started, teaching me, which was really cool. So he had like a whole like sound room in his house.
Oh wow,
That's
cool.
legit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
That
pretty
sounds like a
cool.
whole.
Like soundproof and all of that, like with a window, keyboard, all, like it's pretty cool. Like a
Sounds
whole
like a
setup.
whole anime arc you went through.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool.
The master.
I should have became a musician, but I just didn't. My heart wasn't in it as
Yeah.
much as other things. So
Sure.
I missed out, but that's okay.
It'll always be there. It's never too late. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Well, Tooth, I know we have this next section coming up. Just asking a few questions of Captain Clutch, getting him to talk a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Hey,
And I know
I'm just listening. I'm enjoying, man.
Yeah, this is fun so
Fire
far. But
away.
Tooth wrote down a couple questions. I've got one here as well. I feel like we can kind of just let her rip. Lightning
Let her rip,
speed,
man.
rapid
Lightning
fire.
I'm an honest man, open book. You name it, I'll answer it, man.
Okay.
So go for
How's
it.
your relationship with your mother? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Fantastic.
Oh, good. Okay.
It was so we sort of wanted to like get you to kind of talk about your start into streaming, because I know you didn't start on Twitch and you didn't start on YouTube. Now you're on YouTube, and so you've even like the same anime arc that you've had there, you sort of had it in other places. And so talk a little bit about your sort of like your start.
It has been a rocky boat, that's for sure. So I started on Twitch, actually. I'm about to tell you, I did. I started on Twitch.
Okay.
I was on there for about 3 days.
Oh,
And then I was like, you know what? I absolutely hate the setup of Twitch. I think
Yeah, it's
Twitch
the
is
worst.
terrible.
Ugh.
I think the settings were horrible. And so I said, you know what? And I just started a Twitter, just started on Facebook, all of that sort of thing. And saw a bunch of people saying, "Oh man, Twitch is going to shut down. You better jump ship to Mixer." So I jumped on the bandwagon. I was that
Yeah.
guy that said, "You know what? I'm going to be the streamer that makes it on Mixer." So
yeah.
I jump over there, start streaming on there. Absolutely fell in love with it. The setup was amazing. Just the integrations was amazing. Everything was just so like dummy proof.
I loved watching
I
streams on
loved-
Mixer. It was hype.
Loved it.
And they had
It
the
was
hype
great,
zone.
man.
The hype zone,
Yes.
dude. Bring it
Yes,
back.
the embers, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Just a different time. But
Mhm.
then Mixer shut down. I streamed on there for like I think 6 months, 8 months, however long Mixer was up at that time. It was like almost a year that I was on there, not even. And that was while I was working, so I didn't quite go full time with Mixer. I was just streaming whenever I could. But then Mixer shut down, and then I was forced to leave. And my only options at that time, I was hearing a lot of bad things about Mixer mixing with Facebook gaming and stuff like that, and that when they first integrated to Facebook gaming, that they weren't, paying their creators and stuff. People weren't receiving payouts. So I was like, you know what? I don't really want to follow it to Facebook gaming. Plus, I didn't really like Facebook at the time that they were doing that. I thought Facebook was kind of dead at that time, and it still
Still
kind of
is.
seems that way. So I was like, you know what? I have Twitch and I have YouTube. Those were my options at the time. So I went to YouTube. I wanted to try it out for a while. Well, I tried that out and noticed that I was getting like Mixer. I was getting a little bit of attention. I would get like, I think the most I got was like 10 viewers at one point. But on YouTube, I got like nobody. There was like 0 people coming into my streams, and I did that for like a month. And then I didn't like that, so I decided to switch over to Twitch and give that a good run. and I streamed FPS, Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, you name it. If there's a shooter, I was playing it. CS:GO, all of that sort of thing. And I liked it. I was starting to get used to it. I was starting to meet new people on Twitter. My Twitter was starting to grow also along with my Twitch, and it was a good time. But the most I'd ever gotten on Twitch at that point to playing FPS, excuse me, was like 10 viewers, like 12 viewers,
Mhm.
somewhere in there. And I was like, I know that I can garner more than this. I know that I can. What am I doing wrong? And I'm a very mathematical person. I break things down to the T when I'm trying to execute something. I have to make sure it's like the right way to do it because there's always some
Sure.
sort of formula behind everything
Okay.
for the most
I'm
part.
imagining you like sitting in your room and like the numbers
Dude,
just like flying
bro,
through,
straight up. My mind works just like that GIF where it's just like I'm like thinking, I'm trying to break things down, all of that kind of thing. So I'm streaming on Twitch for a few months with FPS, and then I see other people that had started with adventure building crafting, and then they just skyrocketed up to like 100 viewers. Now, obviously, could have been bots. It could have been a variation of different things of people, skyrocketing. Some people just get lucky, with that sort of thing. So I was like, you know what? I enjoy a plethora of different sorts of games. I can really play anything and enjoy myself. I'm not subjected to just one genre of games, but I do like FPS will always have my heart because that's what I grew up playing since I was a small boy. So I've always played FPS, Halo, all of it.
Yeah.
So Medal of Honor, SOCOM,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the OG stuff, dude.
Dang,
So
so calm. I haven't thought about so calm in a long time.
SOCOM, man.
Wow.
So I decided to switch over to adventure building crafting, and the first game that I switched over to was Valheim. Well, when I made
Hmm.
the switch, I went from 10 viewers right away to like 30. And I was like, "Oh wow, this is like a huge deal for me to grow that much just from a game." I wasn't
Tripled.
promoting different. I wasn't doing anything different. I was just playing that genre of game. And at that time, obviously, I was upgrading things like my camera, my mic, and other things. I was trying to make things like kind of like Tooth does, how he's more of a chatter to his audience than anything else. Because I think it is important to be able to bond with your community, and not everyone's good at delivering with that. But I think that I was trying to learn that, and I was getting better with it. And with each stream of adventure building crafting, I was climbing the ladder, so to speak. And I did that. I played adventure building crafting my first year of going full time, and I gave it the best run I could. I really did, and I did really good. Um, but then now this year, Twitch with its decisions, and I'm a goal oriented person. I'm not money hungry or anything like that, so I really don't care too much about the splits of the different platforms. But it does suck that the difference between affiliate and partner is really like there's no real difference between the two.
Yeah.
So there's no like I gotta have something to work towards, not just a check mark. It's got to be valuable for me to work toward.
That's
Yeah.
what
I don't know.
sucks. It's
I
it's
I gotta
the
have something valuable to work towards.
to get there is hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then once you're
absolutely.
there, there's not you don't get the benefits of all that hard work. It's a lot of hard
Mhm.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, and I gave it my life for a while, man. I really did. This is before I even did business stuff, or I did business stuff even at that time. But I have a business partner who really deals with most of it. So this stuff that I'm doing now really involves it's a me thing. So it's kind of different. But before I was doing this, I was giving streaming my all, and I got up to like 50, 60, I think almost 70 viewers at one point, doing different adventure building crafting games on Twitch, and I loved it. But just with the recent decisions, I was kind of upset. Uh, not only that, but I've always been aggravated on Twitch that I can't stream certain games. Some of it has to do with my computer, which I've got
Mm.
a double PC setup, but a lot of it has to do with their 1080p 6000 bitrate setting, which is, if you understand it, it's stupid because 6000 bitrate does not cover 1080p with a game that has quite a bit of movement. So you're
Yeah.
going to pixelate, even if you have a $10,000 setup, you're going to pixelate. Well, YouTube The reason why I've switched to that mainly is because I can play any game with the highest quality of settings, and I will not pixelate, and I love it
That's
so
good.
much,
That's
so
something that
much.
bugs me so a game like Rocket
Yes.
League is so simple, but
Yes,
there's so
dude.
much movement, quick movement, and it's so everything that is on the screen needs to be clear so you can see what's
Yes.
happening. And but I always feel so bad because I go back in the VOD and it's crap.
Yeah, dude.
My
I tried
face
to
is all
play
pixeled.
I was trying to play Skyrim the other day when I was playing as Khajiit, you know, and
Yeah.
I look back at my VODs and I see it's all pixely. I'm like, bro, I've spent so much money on a
Hmm.
good mic and a good camera and all of this sort of thing for pixels. Like
Yeah.
I'm a quality person. I can't even watch 720, man. So if I'm going to deliver 1080, I want to be able to deliver the absolute best to my community because they deserve it. Half this
Yeah.
stuff back here actually, all of this stuff back here pretty much has come from them. So they deserve the best. And I feel like you owe it to your community to give them the best. So I
Guess you
switched
guys
to
are probably
YouTube.
jealous of my Dollar General setup. I never have pixels. I'm good. Everything I
Well,
buy is from the dollar store, and
well,
it runs 480 perfectly
what's weird
every
to me
time.
right now is like in the actual VOD Ninja thing that we're in right now,
Mhm.
my quality looks flawless. But then when I go to YouTube, my quality doesn't look as good. I don't know why.
I think
Y'all's
it's
looks flawless right now.
I think it's like a fluctuation of like it's like a weird thing. Like when we play it back in the recording, when we post the actual
Mhm.
episode, it'll be exactly what you see in the video ninja. I think it's just this like weird transition of like it's going through my computer into my
Mhm.
OBS out to the YouTube, and yeah, it's such a weird thing when you start to think about how different things work and how transmitting. Oh,
Yeah.
we're getting like nerdy. God, this is crazy.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
look,
Nerds.
I'll bring you back to the basics, Ben.
That's
But
okay.
YouTube has been great for me. I mean, obviously, it's got its pros and cons, just like Twitch does. But for the most part, I will say it's just as easy to grow. I mean, I'm getting new people on YouTube just as much as I am on Twitch. The only
Nice.
problem is that half of my community that I had, so if, at my base, 30, 40 people, I have probably half of that now on YouTube. I will say
Yeah.
that. And it sucks because as a streamer, used to having 30 to 40 to 50 people in your chat and then coming in with 15, 20, 25, it's kind of a gut punch. But
Yeah.
there's always room for growth. And I also have to say that the way I was advertising on Twitch, I was giving it my life, advertising on all platforms and everything like that, constantly posting, uploading VODs and clips and all that sort of thing. I haven't done any of that on YouTube. I've
Yeah.
still been growing on YouTube, but I've literally just been streaming. I might post that I'm live every once in a while on Twitter, but like besides that, I haven't really been doing anything. So
I will say
I can kind of chalk it up to that.
I've seen like growth from when you first kicked over to YouTube. Like I remember your first YouTube stream, like you were in like the fives, and now I'm
Mhm.
seeing you like end over in like double your viewership pretty regularly. Which
Yeah.
I think is like refreshing to see because I've seen several people move to YouTube after Twitch's some of the Willie Nelson lookalikes decisions, um and it's like not everybody has gotten that. Like I've seen a lot of people go from partner to YouTube and like they're still not even pulling like a quarter of their viewership
It's difficult, man.
from Twitch.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see that you're sort of like still making those strides and that you have plans to sort of move
Yeah.
forward.
On average now with YouTube, I average probably about 15 to 20 people. I would say on average. Typically ever stream. I don't have any less than 10 on any of my streams, but they're always around 15 to 20, which isn't as high as my Twitch streams, like I said, but I'm happy because most of the people that are in my YouTube streams are my core
The
people
core
that
one.
have
That's
always watched on
so
Twitch.
important to have a
Yeah,
community at all is a blessing, but then
absolutely.
switching over, going through hard times, and then the people that are still there, it's not
Mhm.
like it's some test. It's not like you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna test my viewers, but it's just the reality
Yeah,
of life. After things happen, the people that are still there, well, you're left with the good ones, right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
I was kind of shocked because there's a huge core difference between Twitch and YouTube, and I don't mean to nerd out again, but
Oh, you're good.
with Twitch, you kind of have to play the kingsmanship. As a smaller creator, if you play smaller games, it benefits you because you're on the higher tier list. It helps attract more people that are looking at the top list because they're more likely. They've done tests on Twitch. They've already proved that people look for the first and second row, right?
Right.
Well, on YouTube, or I'm sorry, let me back up. On Twitch, if you play games like Red Dead Redemption that typically has like 15, 20, 30,000 people, well, it doesn't benefit the smaller creator on Twitch, right? And it's such a flawless graphic game that the 6,000 bit rate's not going to
Mhm.
look good. So you can still watch it on there, but it's not as good as YouTube with quality. But my point to that is that on Twitch, the games that benefit you are the smaller ones, and on YouTube, you can play games like Fortnite, you can play games like Red Dead, and you will still gain a lot of people coming in because it's not about the top column anymore. It's really about how good your thumbnail and title is, which is
Mm.
really nice to kind of change up because I am playing Red Dead, and I've got like 5, 6 new people coming in, and I'm like, oh wow, I've never seen
That's
you guys
nice.
before, but it's, nice to meet you. I didn't think that kind of thing was gonna happen when I first switched over, so it's kind of refreshing to be able to, still have the confidence of gaining new people, when you stream, so,
Nice. Yeah, the
yeah.
platform, it's not like it doesn't matter what platform you're on. It's not the platform, it's you. That's why they're
Absolutely.
following. It's not because, oh, it's Twitch, I follow everybody. No,
Mhm.
it's Captain Clutch, and I like the content, so I'm gonna subscribe. Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just recently switched over to YouTube as well.
Nice,
This
congratulations.
show right here, we were on Twitch and now we're on YouTube, and I really like it. I don't know,
Mhm,
I don't focus too much on the traffic on the live stuff because
mhm.
I focus mostly on the viewership of the episodes after the fact or the shorts and stuff. I
Yeah.
just like doing it live because I think it holds us accountable in a way, but also
Yeah.
it's fun. I like seeing live comments as they come through, and sometimes we talk about them. We usually try not to look at chat too much, just to keep it a good, focused on you or focused on the content itself.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, YouTube, I've had a great experience. But luckily, I'm on the other end. I'm on I'm not on the inside. Tooth is the one that does all the back end going live nonsense. So I guess he's the one to ask. How has our transition to YouTube been, Tooth?
Our transition has been really good. So we've
Oh, good.
I do focus on the numbers, and we pretty much maintain the same live viewership. And because we sort of go in a cusp of, we have like different audiences. So like a lot of my audience is in EST, so we record a lot later than sort of our
Yeah.
audiences, so we're sort of split. But I would say like we haven't really dropped anything, and our
Mhm,
watch time on YouTube has picked up tremendously on our episodes, and we're starting to get a lot of traffic on some shorts and things like that. So I like it because we don't have to go anywhere with our content. It's like here, like people can
absolutely.
rewatch the
Yeah.
episode like after they're done, and it's sort of like a nice, like I get like the the analytics of it, so we're getting watch time, like we're
Right.
growing towards something. When
Mhm,
on Twitch we weren't ever thinking about going to affiliate. We were there,
No.
but we weren't thinking about it because we're like, why would we monetize on that platform? And so it's
mhm.
nice to know that like we're creeping towards a watch time goal. We're creeping towards like this goal here. And so I don't know. It's been a positive. I think it's been positive. I will say it's weird to like to do it when you're like on the back end and you have to like type out all of your info about the thing, and then you have to manage the broadcast, and you're like, how do I go
It's a bit
live?
different. Yeah,
How do I hit the go live button? I don't understand. But I got it
yeah.
now. I'm a
There's more to
professional.
YouTube for sure.
There is, yeah.
I will say I am only 100 hours away from partner on YouTube now, so I'm pretty happy
Ooh.
about that, yeah.
I
The
have been
live
Nice.
streams,
I
so
hope that you are still playing Red Dead Redemption, because it is my goal to come into the stream and say, howdy, partner.
howdy, partner.
Howdy, partner. That's my goal.
Howdy.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
exciting.
howdy. That's how I'd say it. I don't know how you spell
Howdy
that though.
do.
That's exciting. I'm excited for your sort of YouTube arc, your YouTube Twitch villain arc that you
Yeah,
have
dude,
going
it's
on.
been going good. I'm happy. I thought about it at first. I was a bit nervous when I switched over, but All in all, I think it's been a beautiful switch over. I have more freedom to kind of play whatever I want and do whatever I want. The only thing, obviously, YouTube has its setbacks too. DMCA is a lot more strict,
Yeah.
and that's one of the downfalls. And integrations aren't as good as Twitch. So there are some pitfalls with YouTube as well. But all in all, I'm happy that I switched over, and I think my community enjoys it a bit more too. It's funny because I went to go stream, and I'm not hating on Twitch because I think it's still a great platform to stream on. But um, I streamed on there, about a month back, and I streamed on there Fortnite, but I had just streamed on YouTube with Fortnite, and a lot of people had messaged me. They're like, "Bro, why is the quality so much different?" And I'm like, "Well, because it allows more bit rate, So
Right.
it's,
You
it's
just
pretty
had to
cool to kind of see the difference.
get that taste again and be like, no, yeah, I'm good. I'm on YouTube. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Smart.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, I think we got one more clip from the hip to go through, and then we got a final segment to hit.
We do.
And then
Lordy.
that will conclude our very special segment. Just as a reminder here through the most of the way, I guess, through the episode, all the links to see Captain Clutch's content are all down in the description. And just so you know, youtube.com/@CaptainClutch_64. And check him out, subscribe. And yeah. But yeah, this is our last clip from the hip. So again, we'll be looking at a clip from Captain Clutch's past, and we'll just have a little discussion about it.
All right, here it
Lordy.
is.
Oh, dude, this was like a great clip. This is
Oh,
only up.
No,
That's right.
What?
Such a good clip, man. Such a good clip. Because that was not supposed to happen at all.
What just happened?
no way. I've
Yeah,
never
like-
seen that before.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has. Like in all of the
that
the
supposed to
speed
happen?
runs and all of that, I've never seen anything like that.
I've never seen, because those things just fall, right? Those little
Yeah.
platforms, they just
Yeah.
fall and screw you over.
Yeah, you're just supposed to fall straight through, and it glitched and pushed.
Will you
before.
play it one more time, Tooth? I'm
I
sorry.
will. Yeah.
I want to see it one more time. It's so fast.
Was that supposed to happen?
It was it was so weird to see this because I was expecting a full fall all the way to the
No,
bottom.
What?
Oh yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
And the processing face.
What just happened?
I was
that
so
just happen?
confused.
Yeah, it was a good one. I was I've
That's
watched
funny.
a lot of only up clips, and out of all of them, I have to say that was supreme. Like that was just like I was expecting a full fall to the bottom, rage quit out of only up, the typical only up scenario, but it worked out in your favor.
I think
Yeah.
that's the area in Only Up where if you fall, it brings you down in like a column where you can't save yourself,
Yeah.
and you go all the way back down.
Dude,
That's hilarious.
yeah, it's great. You like my YouTube face?
Yeah.
No.
That's real though. That was
Dude,
like
dude,
an actual
of it is
reaction.
real, yeah. I love it because like most of the time like those reactions, it's always like the glitch stuff like that happens that just like shocks me in games because it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
The kind of thing where you're like, I'm glad I'm recording this, because
right?
any other time in my life when I'm playing Skyrim or Oblivion or some janky game and something crazy like this happens, I don't have any proof. It's just me. And nobody
Yeah.
believes me, or I can't describe it well enough. But this is proof right here. That happened right there. That's awesome.
It happened.
That's
Funny
good.
clips,
it.
man.
How was your experience with only up? Because I know that you beat it.
Yeah, the first dude, honestly. I think I played it for 2 days. I will say that I didn't do bad. I did 6-hour stream on both days, which I streamed 3 days a week. But the first day that I played it, I did not complete it. I think I got up to the dragon, I think,
Oh, okay.
and it knocked me like all the way down. And I was like, no, like I was just freaking out the whole time. And I didn't know because I don't like to spoil games for myself. So like I didn't watch any like cheats or speed runs or anything. So I was like, oh man, there's no way I'm like, and I kept falling the whole time. It was just a mess. So like I didn't look up any cheats or anything. But the second day, I was determined. I was like, look, you guys, I'm gonna get this. And I told my chat, I was like, "Look at me in my eyes. I'm gonna get this." So, anyways, I did on the second day, but I think I
good.
beat it in like 114 minutes or 120 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't do bad on my
I'd say
second
that's pretty
try.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
beat it. I
So
was too
Yeah.
mad the whole time. I got up like to almost the halfway, like almost like elevator ride
Yeah.
up, and I didn't get it, and then I never went back. Of course, we played that game here as like indie. We have a segment called Indie Iceberg where we pick like an indie game and we both play it and then we talk about it. And so that was one of our Indie Icebergs. And my first time playing it, I played it for like 2 hours and fell, and I was like, I'll never play this again, ever.
I will say, out of any game that I've ever played in my life, I've never sweat. Like my palms never get sweaty. Not FPS, not nothing. But that
Lucky.
game, dude, my
Yeah.
palms were like I was like pouring water playing that game, dude.
Are you
It was
afraid
so
of
bad.
heights IRL?
No,
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 you
I'm
wouldn't.
not.
Hmm.
I'm not
I was
afraid of
thinking that
much.
might
Like I'm not
affect
trying
you.
to sound like a macho man or anything, but
No,
like
yeah.
I'm not really afraid of much. Bugs maybe, but or
Okay.
snakes. I don't like those.
Yeah, they're
I don't
gross.
either. Yeah, I don't blame you.
No bugs, no snakes. But
That's funny though. Only Up had me in a way too. I mean, like I kind of had like stomach knots, kind of like because you make it so
Yeah.
far and you're just like, I just want to keep going, but yeah, that's the game.
yeah, I got greedy a bunch too because obviously there's like multiple different ways you can go. And
Yeah,
I'm like, ooh, this looks like a shortcut. Let me take that. And then I'm falling. I'm like, God, so
Yeah.
mad.
that's funny.
It's great. It's a great time.
Yeah, I got too nervous to ever
Rage-inducing.
take the beds. I was too nervous because I would always have a really epic bad fall, and I'd be like, "Damn it, I'm not gonna take a bed anymore. Like I don't like this game. I don't like the way that it makes me feel."
I did it on the second day that I played it. I took a few bets, but nothing like crazy that helped me beat it fast or anything. But I felt bad because the third day I was supposed to stream. I ended up playing like Fortnite or something like that. And I was like, oh man, you know what? After I got done, like I wanted to play Fortnite, but after I got done streaming on the Friday, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I should have streamed only up, but just tried to beat my record because I feel like I could have done it after the 120 minutes. I was like, I could definitely beat it in 80. And I saw Tim the Tatman and all those guys. They did it in like 90 minutes, and I was like, oh, I could beat that.
You
But
could.
I just never did. I never went back and tried it. So
I was trying
That's
to beat
such
the 13-second run. Is the one that I was trying to beat.
You were too.
I was, yeah. I did it for like
And you
almost 7 hours, and I got really close.
What are you talking about?
Jeez.
Explain it real quick.
So there was a 13-second glitch from the beginning, and so there was like a little like roll jump thing that you did like right at the start, and it bounced you all the way up to the top. You had to make a couple like
Yeah.
critical slow motion like moves to like bounce yourself off of an invisible wall or off of another element to get all the way to the top. And so
Wow.
after I realized that I was going to throw up if I tried to play for as long as I did and fell again, I only tried that, and I got really close and I hit something, and it
Mhm.
wasn't in view, or otherwise I would have beat it in 11 seconds, and I would have had a tippy top spot on a world record board for just a second probably. But I
You
was
were this close,
I was
man.
this close, and I
And
failed.
he gave up.
I gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well, good
everything
try.
else in my life, I just give up.
Not everything yet, Episode 40. That's pretty
Oh yeah,
good,
okay, yeah,
know?
yeah, okay, okay. This is good so
That's
far.
the
Never
best
mind.
one
I
yet,
won't.
man.
I won't
Best
give up
one
on.
yet.
I won't give up.
Okay,
on it yet.
good.
Okay.
Come on,
Well,
man.
we have one more quick little segment here, and then we'll call it a night. We're running a little long. I appreciate you being here, Captain.
I'm
Yeah,
good, man.
thank
I
you
got
so
all the time in
much.
the world.
Nice. Well, this is a fun segment. It's the first time we've actually done this, and it's called Fact or Fiction. And so I'm gonna make 5 statements.
Okay.
One of them is false. It's pretty simple premise, but I'm hoping the statements will perhaps spark a little bit of discussion because I just think it's kind of weird, kind of funny. I don't know.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm
This
ready,
is
man.
and this is for you, Captain. This is not for Tooth because he was part of the making of this. So this is just
Damn,
Just
I
for
was
you.
gonna be a
So
part
I'm
of it, and I was
supposed
gonna
to
win.
determine which one is truth and which one is false, or
One of the statements is false, and you have to choose the false statement. So I'll read them all, and or you can call it out right away if you know it. But
okay,
choose the lie.
okay.
A group of sloths is called a bed. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment. A group of beavers is called a collaboration. A group of snails is called a walk. A group of toads is called a knot.
It
And I
almost
can
sounds
read
like
those
a-
again if you need.
It
I'll have
almost
two to read
sounds
them.
like a
I've never heard
crazy-
of any of those, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
How strange, right?
That's so strange, man.
And all but one are
Gosh.
fake.
Hard to
all
believe.
but one are true.
hard to believe that
I should have paid
that they
attention
are
to Steve
true.
Irwin more, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Tooth, do you want to
Golly.
run through those one more time?
I will. I
Yeah,
will.
please do. Please do.
A group of sloths is called a bed. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment. A group of beavers is called a collaboration. A group of snails is called a walk. WALK. Because I had take Chinese takeout the other day, and I was thinking when you said that, I was like,
Oh, like the thing you cook snails in.
yeah, you cook snails in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a group of toads is called a knot.
Can I phone a friend? No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna say
Actually, yeah, you probably could.
That could be
the
fun.
is it panda embarrassment?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that one's the false one.
Final answer. What's your lock-in noise?
That's my noise right
That's
there.
That's a good noise.
yeah.
That's a good lock-in noise.
Yeah, that's a good
However,
yeah.
it was a
noise.
bad answer.
Bad answer.
No, rip.
But to be
Yeah.
honest with you, before we tell you the
Dude,
fake one,
There's
I
no
was like,
mathing that one.
I was like, that's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one that sounds so fake. I was like, that's
Doesn't it?
Dude,
no
sounds
way.
embarrassment.
I Googled them all to triple check and make sure that
Wow.
all but this one was true, and this one is the fake one. A group of beavers is not called a collaboration; it's called a colony.
Even though that's a solid one. That's a
I
solid.
would call them a collaboration of
Yeah, I would
beavers
too.
because they're
Yeah.
collaborating.
We
I don't
were
know.
talking
That's
before
strange, man.
before we
That's
got
a
you on
lie,
the
yeah.
call. We were talking about how toxic it is to call pandas an embarrassment. It's
Yeah,
like they're
they're-
endangered.
That is,
They're in
Like,
danger.
come on.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, process of elimination. There's no way it's called embarrassment. That sounds like you said toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a group
Okay.
of snails is called a walk of snails.
They don't have any legs.
What does
I've
that
never heard of
mean?
any of those, man.
A group of toads called a knot of toads.
Oh, a knot of toads.
We'll
It
call
makes
them
me think of a rat king. Have you ever heard
Who
of a
came
rat
up with
king?
these terms? Who came
A
up
rat-
with these terms? Right?
A rat king is when a family like rats, they get their tight family gets, they're born and they don't move much. They end up, their tails get all intertwined and knotted up, and so it's a bunch of rats all like tangled together, and so they kind of move around as a group, as a collaboration, if you will.
I need to
and-
watch some more Animal Geographic. I guess.
You could look it up, Rat King. It's super creepy, but that's kind of what.
It's a boss in Dead Space too. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what a knot
it
of
really?
toads makes me think.
no, it's
Oh, I was like,
it would be a
wow.
very good
Could be.
boss. It would be a very good boss though.
Sounds
You
like the
convinced
evil
me,
within.
man.
Yeah.
like Resident Evil boss or something.
All right.
Yeah, I
think
thought that was fun.
That's crazy. That's
I-
crazy, man.
Isn't
I
that
think we-
weird?
It's
There's so many
crazy.
more there's different names for groups of things than I would think would be necessary. Just call it like
Yeah.
call it all a group, a group of
Yeah, a group of rats.
toads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Group of toads.
I guess you could say like a bushel of bushel of toads or something. Like
A
that.
bushel
I
of
don't know.
snails.
Bushel of
Yeah.
snails
I don't
cooked in your wok. Perfect.
A beaver bushel.
beaver bush.
Yeah.
So wait,
All right.
we got one more segment, right? Of you playing us a ditty. Is that? Did we talk about that?
Ooh.
Hey, little ditty.
You got a ditty for us?
P Diddy.
don't know.
You don't
gotta-
have to,
go.
of course.
You don't have to play us a song to exit out.
Oh,
but
oh,
if
you want me to
if you
play you
could-
like a I thought y'all
if-
had like something.
Oh no, that would be cool. I
Played
wish we had a Captain Clutch Ditty. We didn't think we
you
didn't
know,
talk
I mean, I
about
can
that.
play y'all something if you want. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, only if y'all really want.
I mean, it's the first time. This is the best episode. I was not giving up on it.
Give me a second. I got
All right.
Let's
got-
go.
Nice. Okay. Did you
Yeah.
you didn't tell him about this at all? We're just dropping this on him hot.
We're dropping it hot. Yeah. Look, he didn't even
And
have the
this-
guitar out.
Captain Clutch is rolling with the punches.
He is.
Look at this
yeah.
guy.
He does. He's a streamer.
You don't get fiddle, man.
Look at it.
Oh yeah. Look at that beauty.
Oh yeah. Is that good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get my old pick.
This is our first like live Mustache Ride
All right,
concert.
I can't hear nothing, so I'm gonna
That's
just
okay.
play.
You're good.
All right, y'all good? You can hear it? Good?
Yeah, it's solid.
All right.
Solid.
Here we go. I wrote this for you, Tooth. Tooth? No, just joking, man. And now the leaves turn to rust. The air's getting thin. I can see my breath. The night is rolling in. The sky is gray, as cold as a stone. It's just a kind of day. Can't stand to be alone. 'Cause you've been on my mind. I wish you were here beside me tonight, lying in this bed, 'cause I'm just not the same. I walk down these streets, I swear I hear your name. Oh goodness, man. No, that's terrible, man.
No, that was excellent.
I got a knot in my throat, man.
That was A-okay.
I'm nervous, bro.
A knot of frogs.
Yeah, you got a knot of
Nervous.
toads right in your throat.
All right, I got y'all. One more.
Okay.
One more.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't screw this one up, man.
No worries. I'm loving this.
Here we go.
Got his
Playing
mods
amongst
live
the
in chat.
crowd. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why. It can be just like one or two people. I get just nervous as can be. Can't sing. But I can have like 50 people. Makes no sense to me. And then not nervous. Just the way it is, man. Here
You're
we
crushing
go.
it.
I got y'all. Okay. Forgot my capo.
Oh, there you go.
Said you wanna stand there with your arms around me, and I can't feel you. No, I'm good. Can't do it, man. It's terrible, bro. I don't know why. I just can't sing it, man.
No worries.
It was
I
excellent.
don't
fine.
have the voice, man. Not today.
We
I
give
think it was beautiful.
Yeah, we give
It's
it a
like
10 out
it's
of
like
10.
shaky, man.
Little K-pop
I'm
parts.
sorry, man. I let y'all down, bro. I
Not at
close,
all.
dude.
That was 10
I
out of
was
10.
that close.
That was 10 out of 10.
Nah.
Everybody, there's 1,000 people in chat and they're all cheering you on right now.
Mhm.
I know, man. It's like that, dude.
Yeah, it's good.
No,
I
well,
just-
if
I don't know.
you guys want to hear more Captain Clutch do more, maybe he'll do more music streams
I think
sometime
it's 'cause I was
soon.
on the spot, man.
Yeah, I feel bad because I
I was
feel
on the
like we put
spot.
you on the spot. We didn't mean
You're
to,
good,
to
man.
do
You're
that
good.
to you, but I think
I
for an
did. I
impromptu
meant to do
little
that.
ditty, I was impressed for sure.
Yeah, that was
Appreciate
awesome.
man. I tried. My voice is a little shaky, man. I don't know why.
That's
Uh,
okay.
It's
like that.
11:30 p.m. at nighttime
Yeah.
after an hour long podcast, and somebody just drops on you to. I tried to tell Sherman Cool, I was like, don't drop that on him. Don't drop. And then he just did.
Nah, man. Hey,
Yeah,
he,
I couldn't help myself.
he dropped it, man. Hey, that's fine. It's good. It's
I just
good.
had to hear, you know.
Well, you know, typically if, you know, I think actually Rebecca asked me on her podcast. I think I sang for someone else on their podcast. And I did just fine. Yeah.
You're like a
I don't
singing. You're like a singing podcast guy.
know. Yeah.
You go on the Tonight Show.
My voice wasn't so shaky, man. I give you all a performance, bro.
That's okay. Well, maybe next time. Maybe we'll have you on as a guest another time, and you can do a follow-up. But
I'll do a follow-up. I'll redeem myself, man.
I would say this was an hour-long, excellent performance. This was
agreed.
The whole performance was great. So we appreciate you coming on the show.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for letting me be on the show.
Yeah,
I'm grateful.
Of course. Thanks for being here. All the links to Captain Clutch down in the description, as well as all the usual links to mine and Tooth's personal Twitch and Twitter accounts. We'll get Captain Clutch's Twitter details down in there as well. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Episode 40 in the books. Bam. Done. Captain Clutch, is there any final words, final thoughts, anything final that you want to say to the people at home before we call it a night?
All I got to say is you guys, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to their channel because they are great, man. They're great. Show them the love. Bro.
Thanks.
I know Wind and Ocean are in chat, so do it.
Yeah. And also, if you guys want to, you can contact us at mustacheridepod@gmail.com. If you want to participate in the show, send in some questions, anything that can, that you think will improve the show. Well, it'll probably make it onto the show, and you'll see it. So, mustacheridepod@gmail.com. And that's it. That's it for now. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See ya.
Bye. Bye.